Okay, YouTube, this is Acid Roots, and I've got Mike Posner's 31 Minutes to Take Off. So this came out in 2010, and it had 3 large singles that supported it, which is actually pretty good for an R&B album. I feel like this is probably at the forefront of at least the first few years of this decade, and it was good. You know, you probably know this album for the song Cooler Than Me, but it also did have some backup ones. So this is, R&B is a very strange place just because not always are the albums known as much as rap albums for things other than the radio song. So yeah, you may hear Beyonce on the radio, but how many songs are you going to hear these days? It's kind of, it's a trickier thing, and Mike Posner had a nice touch with this, but then he vanished for 6 years. So really, after this album came, so this album was pretty much primarily known for Cooler Than Me, but the thing about it was that it actually did get some more. But like I said, he did disappear for 6 years. He dropped a mixtape back in 2011, but then there really wasn't anything from him until he dropped an EP in 2015. Normally, this would kill almost any musician's career, but there was a song that just started hitting within the past year, and he dropped an album. So there is more Mike Posner. If I would have reviewed this probably 1 year ago, I probably wouldn't be saying the same thing. So that's good to know. I'm not sure how well it's charted beyond the I Took a Pill in Ibiza, but he does have a second album now, in addition to some mixtapes. So, beyond the 3 singles, this 11-song album does have more Worth It. I think I remember Wikipedia back in the day had like a 4th single on there. It said there was an attempted 4th single. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Deja Vu, but there was at least going to be a 4th single. And the 3 ones that you hear, they've all charted. These are really good. So, Bow Chicka Wow Wow is kind of a slower type song, but I do like the idea of it. It's simple, and that one's nice. Please Don't Go is... that one kind of feels more up-tempo. I mean, that one, it's not quite as fast as Cooler Than Me, but it's still pretty good. So there's just a lot of songs. I preferred the ones that had like an R&B flavor to them, but I read some information when I looked at some reviews, and they said that kind of the style that he does is kind of like an up-tempo type thing. Disco, up-tempo, and kind of... I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know R&B as well as rap, but these are extra songs. So if you have a taste for soul and smooth type songs, Mike Posner's pretty much got you covered. This is a good album. There are, Cheated is another great one. Save Your Goodbye is kind of like a depressing song, but he does it well. And Delta 1406 is an extra one. So this album, 6 out of 11. I'm just going to give this album a 6 out of 10. Go for the singles. They all charted, so the likelihood of you hearing them is pretty high. And then those additional 3 songs that I noted for you are some other ones. So like I said, the understanding of R&B makes this a fun listen. And the other thing I was going to say is, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something. The social score is going to be like an 8 because he did have 3 singles. And, 3 out of 11 being heard is extremely good. So that's well put together. So, and that means how well it plays around your friends, the social score. He has the understanding of R&B. So this is a little bit more so, especially for someone who's white. This is pretty good that this is done well. It's smooth. That's the best part about it, is how smooth it is. And so just between the likelihood of it being heard and the effectiveness, make this a 1-2 punch that's worth checking out for R&B. So this is definitely one you may actually want to own. But alright, 6 out of 10, 8 social. Subscribe for more fun.